Welcome back, enthusiastic underground dwellers. My name, of course, is Obit Potato. In the last episode, we successfully managed to get this area up and running, and it's looking pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with the way that it looks. It's not fully up and running yet, but that is for a variety of reasons, which we will discuss as we go. I'm just going to get this pump reconnected because I want to make sure that I've pumped out all of the possible oxygen in this room before this water turns into steam. We're about 10 degrees Celsius away from turning that water into steam, and then we are going to be there. Right, something else that we need to consider, we've got steam generators which we need to get up and running. We're almost ready to put hydrogen into this room, so that's going to be quite exciting indeed. What else do we need to consider? Well, we need to consider the fact that none of these things have any power. So that's going to be sort of a mini micro mission today. I believe if I stick down a power transformer right over here, I think that I can just about fill the batteries and the network with my existing natural gas production. At least that's what I'm going to try. I mean, we've got whatever it is, 2,400 watts of power coming from those turbines. So, I mean, there's definitely mileage to make this work, and I think I can just about manage to fit it in here. Yep, indeed. Let's do that. Let's get that to come up there, and then let's get that to come down there. In fact, I don't even need to do that. I can just literally just get this brand new thing built. Okay, so let's see if that indeed works. On the other hand, we want to make sure that we are getting as much water as we possibly can through this area. Tell you what, something else has struck me as slightly problematic. The slime lung is well, it's very prevalent in this area. So that's what else I'm going to try and do in today's episode. We're going to try and properly clean out this tank. I mean, I was sort of treating it just as a semi-storage tank for now, but I do think that we need to start taking this a little bit more seriously if this is indeed going to be our water storage area. So we're going to go and get that all up and running as well. Okay, that's good. We might be able to get some stuff with space done today, but if not, that's not a problem. Insufficient resources, coal, yep, that's a big old bummer right there, but we should have more than enough coal to make this area work. But the problem is that when our liquid shutoff valves don't have any power, then they can't test the heat of the water coming through the tubes, and that will mean cold damage for the thermo aquatuners. So that's a big no-no, and that is a big old problem. I think probably going forward, we're going to want to hook up conductive wire to both of the liquid shutoffs so that they all work in tandem, i.e. they all work or they all don't work. I think that might be what I go for. Let's get this all deconstructed, that deconstructed as well. Yeah, and then let's get this reconstructed. We'll do it with iron, sure. Sure. Yeah. Okay, and I believe that my toilets have now stopped working. My toilets are barely working. Barely working. So that's a bit of a problem. But yes, I want to get the slime lung all sorted. I don't think that it will be too much of a problem, but it I mean, it's germs that are going to be much more difficult to get rid of unless we can sort of clean out the storage a little bit. So that's what we're going to try and do. So we're going to clean up the storage. We're going to get rid of all of this polluted oxygen, if at all possible. There is 6.8 kilograms of this polluted oxygen over here. That is part of the problem right there. Yep, it is indeed. Okay. I also wanted to chat roughly, or briefly should I say, about how I want to supply power to this area should this transformer idea not actually work. Why are you idle? I mean, it says that you're idle, even though you truthfully shouldn't be. We need to find you a job to do. Alright, insufficient oxygen generation. The heat is getting a little bit hot. That's okay. Is there anything else stored on this pad there? Alright, why is no one taking the critter traps to where they need to go? Incubate that there. Okay, cool. Is it because... Yeah, because the suits are not getting enough oxygen out. And the reason that nothing is happening here is because we don't have the water. Right. I mean, this needs to be done as a matter of urgency, please. Yes, let's get this all done, please. As quickly as we possibly can. There we go. Get that all deconstructed. And then let's reconstruct the heavy watt wire. There we go. That's priority 9. That does say that it is unreachable. I think that that's a very unoptimistic way of looking at the situation. Can't build in there. Okay, that might straight up be impossible. Right, let me just cancel all of that, and then let me try bringing it down somewhere else then, shall I? That is very much reachable. Okay. Good. Anyway, we need to get the thermal aquatuners up and running if we don't want to have significant difficulties. This digging, this can kind of wait, I guess, for now. So let's put this all on priority 8. It's not a great priority. But if our suits give out, then we've got problems. We've absolutely got problems. I mean, the fact that we've already not got enough water, that is problems right there. That is problems. Okay, what's happening with this water over here? This 23 degrees Celsius water. Is there any way that we can divert this water? This is water coming back from... This is water that should be going out right over here. I tell you what I'll do. I'll queue up this for... I'll queue up this to be emptied. Yeah, I'll queue up that pipe to be emptied, and then we can put that into the bottle emptier, I hope. And that should, at least theoretically, for a little while anyway, resolve some of our problems. It'll sort of just give our water system that little bit of extra water that we need. I also should probably mop up this water over here, mop up that water over there. Any little extra bit of water that can be put to good use, I'm gonna stick in somewhere. Okay, cool. Any other water anywhere else? That's water over there. Great. And this can all be done by people within the base. Okay, this is... Disable that building. Yep. Because there's no point in actually running it at the moment, as we're only going to be pumping out hydrogen. Starvation. Starvation absolutely is not a problem at the moment. Thank goodness that our power situation is fine, at least for now. Did I prioritize that all at priority 9? Indeed I did. Okay. That's priority 9 too. I think... Oh no, you're not quite the guy. You're not the guy for the job. I thought Jasper was going to be the guy to link up the power, but apparently not. But that's okay. I mean, as long as this gets done at the same time as that, then I'm not super bothered at the speed at which it happens. I'm nervous. I'm nervous, as you can probably tell. Very, very nervous that we're on our last legs. I mean, water is always a source of concern. You know, whenever you don't have water, you can run into problems. Okay, you know what I could do? Which would be really, really sneaky. I could deconstruct this tile. Okay, I've got a plan here. Right, I'm going to deconstruct that tile right there, okay? I'm going to deconstruct that tile right there. And that's going to give us some water. So, hear me out here, right? People are idle. How are you idle? Is that... it's not a deconstruction errand that can be reached, presumably. Is that the case? Okay, well then let's cancel that one. Let's build a thing right there. Sure, and then let's set up... Oh, in fact, that seems to have rectified the problem wholeheartedly. Okay, so let's get some of that water down here. And let's try and get it swept up as swiftly as we possibly can. I know it's going to be really, really hot, but that's okay. Right, lots and lots of water. Yeah, eventually we should be able to sweep it all up. And the great thing about mopping it all up, I should say. The great thing about mopping it all up is that it will automatically prioritize, or it'll automatically dump off the extra contaminated water over here, and then the non-contaminated water will be over there. Okay, the circuit is overloading over here. This is not good. Let's get that deconstructed. Priority 9. That system that I tried to get up and running didn't end up working. Didn't end up working. Right. Let's get that all repaired. Okay. I mean, I tried. It was an attempt. We did try to get that running up with an extra power transformer. Okay. Yeah, get this all mopped up. Okay, we do have just a little bit of water around here, which is good. Let's put this on priority 9. Why is this not working? Yeah, okay, that'll have to be done tomorrow. Okay, our oxygen generation today was nowhere close to where it needed to be. But that's okay, we've managed to get ourselves just a little bit of a reprieve from water. That's fine. What do I want to do? I think, to be honest, we try and save ourselves with hydrogen. Right? Now, we've got a heck of a lot of hydrogen over here. In fact, we got 5.3 kilograms of the stuff. We got a full hydrogen generator over here. I'm going to ditch this wood burner. I'm going to ditch that wood burner. Priority 9. And then instead, I'm going to place down a hydrogen generator right over here. Exactly where it would be placed, right over there. And then we're going to get the ventilation system linked up. Thankfully, I had the prior idea to get this mostly constructed. So at a time where everyone is sort of freaking out and there's not enough oxygen in the suits, everything should work out fairly well. Okay? Good. Right. Let's make sure that gets done as swiftly as possible, please, chaps. Okay, we're down to 2 working suits because of the amount of oxygen that we have. That ain't good. I don't want to let my dupes go out of the confines of the base without a suit on, although that may well be exactly what happens here. Okay. Right in there. Grand. That is perfect. Okay, let's have a little look at the ventilation. Ventilation will work just like that. Let's get that deconstructed for now. I do want to pump hydrogen into here, but I don't want to pump hydrogen into here as I'm pumping gas out. Otherwise, we will have a problem. There we go. Looking good. All right. And this pipe system over here is already completely built. So let's get it working. Let's get it working. Okay, we got 5 people that are idle. Literally not a single job over here for anyone to do. Okay, I mean, this is working. We're getting oxygen into the base, which is good. Can I enable this building again, please? I mean, if I enable that building, will there be enough water? It looks like we might just have enough water to make this area rock. There we go. Okay, pump out a little bit of carbon dioxide. That's fine. That'll be cooled down. But that's okay. Fine. All right, we're back on track. As long as we maintain the amount of water that we have in here, then that's great. Colony lacks plumbing skills. All right, I didn't realize that someone actually needed to qualify as a plumber before doing any plumbing. If it was me, I would just do it myself. I would have faith that I would be able to do what needed to be done. Does someone have the tidying skill? I'm sure that someone had the tidying skill. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Sure. You can be our plumber. How about that? Banana, you're going to become a plumber. Congratulations. You are promoted to a plumber. Alright, and let's get that stuff all emptied out. Great. I have no idea what the process is, but apparently it takes an absolute age. Cool. Right. The hydrogen generator is up to spec. I mean, it literally just needs to be built, I believe. Arbor, acorn. I mean, honestly, we could get another one of those trees. They were pretty successful on the whole. Yeah, pretty darn successful. Okay, let's get this stuff swept up. Priority 9. Or priority 8 even, should I say. And let's get some more stuff mopped up. Let's mop up at priority top. Top priority, priority 9. Alright, slowly but surely we're getting water out of here. 110 kilograms of water. Don't mind if I do. That's good stuff right there. That's important. This is all very, very important to ensuring that that we're able to manage. Okay. How many suits do we have access to? We've got access to 1 single suit. That is terrifying. Well, 2 single suits, technically. Very, 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 very poor. At least our power situation is fine. We're drawing down on our gas reservoir supplies a little bit, which is, I mean, not ideal. How are we doing gas reservoir over here? This is technically a gas reservoir. We haven't inspected this area yet, but I probably will. But I'm only going to do that after... What the heck are you doing? You picked up 200 and something grams of meat. Why would you eat that? Is that really worse than a fried mushroom? Or better than a fried mushroom, should I say? Oh, we're so close. We're so close to making this area work. Once we pop on the hydrogen generator, it won't work perfectly, but it will at least work. We really need to get the steam properly heated in order to make it work. Plastic repair. Are we hitting the overheat temperature of this? I think we are. Yeah, okay. Turns out a few little extra bits and bobs need to be removed, but that's a-okay. Price that I'm willing to pay. Alright. Hydrogen generator. There we go. Okay. That hydrogen generator should just work straight away, actually. Yeah, we don't... Do we have the lumber? I mean, I thought we had the lumber originally. We do indeed have the lumber. I suspect that it's just the resources that we have... that we need to sort of move it around the base. I just don't think we have. Okay. So since everything should be powered at the same time, we should have no sort of downtime in our water processing. It should all happen fairly similarly at the same time. So I'd be looking not to see any more water damage occurring over here. Or any cold damage. That's the term that I'm looking for. Right, how are we doing with germs? We okay with germs in the water for now? Doesn't look like there are any germs. I don't know why that's the case. Apparently there just aren't any germs. Okay, that's great. That's just great. Do we want to rely more on hydrogen over here? Honestly, probably yes. We could probably power another hydrogen generator off this thing. Right, let's deconstruct you and deconstruct you as well. If we get both of those deconstructed, then we can just get ourselves another hydrogen generator right there. The more the merrier, really. Goodness gracious me, these things take a long time to disassemble. Alright. I mean, it is working. It's just working terribly slowly. Although, it's more water than we've had for a long time, and it looks like it's coming in. I just don't understand why this setup isn't working. Okay, cancel all of this. Yeah, cancel all of this. So this should be coming down here, across here, down here. It should just continue down, right? Yeah, it should just continue right the way down this way. Alright, let me try sticking in another liquid bridge. And then let's get rid of this liquid pipe right under here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to insulate all of this pipe right here. Sure. Okay. Get the liquid bridge in, please. That liquid bridge is priority 9, and yet it's not being done as swiftly as I would like. We get the liquid bridge in, and I don't want to say that we solve our water problems, but we get a lot closer. Okay, that liquid bridge seems to have done just the trick. Alright, that's very, very good. Pretty happy with that. Oh, hold up. There is the liquid bridge that is in the wrong orientation right over here. I see exactly what the problem is. Okay. That has been holding us back. Alrighty. That's great. Okay, perfect. So that's going to be a whole bunch of water. It's not going to be water at a super great pace, but at least it's going to mean that all of our oxygen generation facilities will work, and it looks like we're restoring power to the suits as we speak. Glorious. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, cold damage is still occurring over there, and this whole thing is occurring because we just cannot get enough power. In fact, you know, cancel the deconstruct over there. We'll try and keep this running as much as we possibly can. So that's 800 watts, and then 300. So that'll get us close to 2,000. It's not going to be enough for continual thermo aquatuner use, but it's at least something, right? Right. Okay. Good. Good stuff. How are we doing germ-wise? We're still going to be doing pretty poorly germ-wise. Yep. As suspected, but that's okay. We'll manage. We will indeed manage. Okay. Once we get this hydrogen generator up and running, I mean, I don't know if it's going to change... I don't know if it's going to change the format hugely. I mean, we're still not going to be able to make it all work. Also, how are we doing critter drop-off wise down here? Oh, fantastic. These guys are actually up and running. Nice. Okay, so it totally worked. Okay, let's get that on auto. Overheat damage, that's fine. Don't bother repairing it. Now, I need these guys to start popping out the type of eggs that I'm after. Their temperature is 116, so we should have molten larva eggs coming right up, which is great. Okay. You guys are going to finish insulating all of that pipe. Is that the entirety of this pipe now insulated? No, it's not. Let's, as a consequence, get this insulated as much as we possibly can. There we go. All right. I mean, there's a legacy of irritating fixes, but as long as everything works, it's all going to work. That sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but yeah, whatever. Right, bump that up to priority 7. Bump that up to priority 7 as well, or bump that down to priority 7, should I say. Let's get all of this pipe insulated. Great. Hydrogen generator, no gas intake. Whoopsies. Should have done something about that. All right, nice. Okay. So we've got oxygen in here, but it's about to turn into steam, unfortunately. The water is just about hot enough to start turning into steam. Even then, though, it's still not going to be hot enough. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we should start to maybe make a little bit of a dent. How are you overloading? That shouldn't be possible. 800 plus 800 plus 300. Yeah, we shouldn't have any overload damage. There should never be more than 2,000. There should never be more than 2,000 watts in this circuit. Hold on, the current load is 2,400. How is that the case? 2,400. Does it count the batteries? Oh, hold on, it's... Have I set this up incorrectly? No, this should be fine. I mean, that's on a different circuit. So that should... Oh, hold up. The transformers don't stop this from going above... they stop it from going above 4,000 joules. However, it's only 2,000 capability wire. Okay, I mean, that's a big old problem. That's a big old problem. Did not anticipate that. Okay, well, fine. We can just about endure the wire overloading, at least for now. Let's try and get this area working as best it possibly can. But the circuit will continue to overload, at least for a bit. Okay. Fine. I think what we'll need to do is we'll need to set up heavy watt wire. Yeah, 20 kilowatt heavy watt wire, and we'll just sort of set this up. We'll upgrade. Yeah, particularly for strong generators. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I wanna do that. Let's do this. Can't go through there though, so we're gonna have to use a joining panel. Fine. Heavy watt wire. Heavy watt wire. Heavy watt wire. Heavy watt wire. Cool. Let's get it all ready for when these steam turbines eventually do come online. It's going to be a while, but it's fine. Okay, the oxygen is now heated up to 100 and something degrees Celsius. Mini gas pump is completely useless anyway. Circuit overload over there. Yep. Very much to be expected. That's fine. It's fine. This whole situation is completely fine. We will repair it in due course, but no real rush. No real rush to do it right now. Okay, cool. I'm gonna bridge across here with some ladders to try and get some more of that digging done. Aha! We've got steam. It's at 101 degrees Celsius. We still have a lot of oxygen over here, but that's going to be coming along nicely. Okay. The heavy watt joint plate is going to be a point of heat escaping, but that's a price that I think we're going to have to deal with. Right. Let's get that deconstructed over there. We want to make sure that we're not opening this room a lot. Okay. Nice, get that swept up. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is feeling good. Aha, the suits have all had their oxygen restored, which is great. Why is everyone increasing? Disable auto repair. Yeah, I mean, it's a high priority item, but I mean, it doesn't need to be auto repaired. I absolutely do not care about it. It's absolutely fine. We're refining a little bit more oil into petroleum. Slowly but surely we're getting there. I mean, we seem to have no end to the amount of petroleum that we can apparently store and produce. The amount of oil that we are pumping is, I mean, it's quite frankly great. I mean, this system has worked fantastically. I've got to be honest, it's worked really, really well. We've got a heck of a lot of oil. A little bit of wolframite over there. Yeah, we got a heck of a lot of oil. It all seems to be working completely as intended. Very, very, very happy with that indeed. Hold up. Where did these guys go? I know they can't live in temperatures of more than whatever it is, 100 and 200 degrees, but no, okay. Reject all of that. It's garbage. Don't care. Right. Maybe this is slightly too hot for these slicksters. I mean, it might be too hot for the regular slicksters. Yeah, I think it's too hot for the regular slicksters. Oh, which makes it really, really difficult to breed the molten slicksters then. Of course, I was putting them in a temperature range which was comfortable to the molten slicksters, but I need to put them in a temperature range that's comfortable to regular slicksters. Right. Fertilization. That's cool. Oh, look at this. 180 kilograms of water. Alrighty, that's working great. The only issue is that we might run out of hydrogen at some point. Yes, we might indeed run out of hydrogen, which is why I need to reconnect this over there. No, in fact, I just need to straight up... Excuse me? There we go. Yeah, I literally just need to reconnect that to there. Yep. Get that done. Priority 9. And then we should be able to fill up the gas reservoirs again with all of the hydrogen that we've got over here. Okay, this natural gas is becoming a serious pain in the backside. Let's go about upgrading this vent to a high pressure gas vent. We'll do it with iron, of course, because iron is the resource which we have just that little bit more of. Alright, the telescope is overheating. I'm going to disable auto repair on the telescope. I think someone might be trying to repair the telescope pretty frequently. So I'm going to turn that off. Okay, steam is looking good. Steam is at a good point. Thermo aqua tuner is overheating. I don't believe that is what I would like to see. I thought that things would work a little bit more smoothly than this, I must say. But that's okay. I tell you what, I should just upgrade all of this wire over here. Yeah, get all of that wire upgraded. Right, I mean... Yeah, I don't want you to run so hot that you end up overheating yourself. However, I mean, even if you do end up overheating yourself and do indeed need to consume a bunch of gold in order to make that chill out, then that's fine. I think we need to get some more water into here, to be honest. So let's see if we can't pump some more water into this zone. Maybe it'll serve to cool it down on a temporary basis, and then eventually it'll just work. Okay, steam is at 112 degrees Celsius. The oxygen is a little bit colder. That's fine. Have we returned hydrogen? Indeed we have. Hydrogen's looking good. That's great. Alright. Let's get pumping. Let's see if we can get just that little bit of extra water in here. Okay. I don't know how much steam we're going to need in this zone, but 508 kilograms of it is quite substantial. It's quite good. Bump that up to priority number 9 so that we don't have to deal with any overheating issues. Yeah, this situation is a-okay. Yep, quite happy with this. How hot is the water? Not hot enough to turn into steam instantly, but certainly getting there. That's fine. Okay. Now, I think we might have a little bit of a problem with the oxygen being at the very top of the chamber. Now, we need steam to be up at the top of the chamber. In fact, we need literally just steam in this room. And of course, it's going to be ever more challenging to deal with because, I mean, it's ridiculously hot in here. Yeah. Oh, look at these guys. They're running pretty perfectly, to be honest. Hold on. Have I got a power cable under here? Conductive wire? I thought so. Have I got a power cable under here? I do indeed. Deconstruct that. That's a sneaky one. Okay, I don't know at what point we're going to be able to get the oxygen out of here. That certainly seems like something that we should definitely prioritize doing. Maybe we'll just be able to... open up this sort of insulated tile up at the top, and then it'll sort of force out all of the oxygen. Alternatively, how about we deconstruct an insulated tile over here? Yeah, give that a shot. Deconstruct an insulated tile over there, see if that works, and we can sort of force the oxygen up into the room up at the top. Okay. Now, I obviously don't want steam to be in this room, so let's try and replace that as quickly as possible. Okay, but that looks pretty good. That looks like we got most of the oxygen out. Okay, now don't mess up the pump. Why is no one ever able to build stuff when I want it to be built? Okay, but that did actually do the job of getting almost all of the oxygen out of this room. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty darn good. As long as we can get this area fixed before the mini gas pump starts to overheat, then we're good. Then we're gonna be good. But for now, water-wise, I'm very, very happy. How are we doing? Oh my goodness, look at all of that. Look at all of that water. That's great. Okay, here's the next problem, is that we got too much slime lung in the water. Yeah, I thought that might indeed happen. Right, can somebody repair this? I say repair. I mean rebuild. Rebuild from scratch, please. Okay. Alright. There we go. There we go. Okay, that's pretty darn good. I think we want to put a liquid vent in right over there to try and, yeah, do that. And then deconstruct that liquid pipe there. That way, we're going to be dropping water right down onto both of the thermo aquatuners, which means we should, in theory, be able to keep this one slightly colder. Because as I was talking about earlier, the steam turbine is going to delete heat from the system. Okay, there might be a little bit of oxygen getting in here, but probably not much, given that the pressure in this room is so darned large. Also, there's that little bit of water right over there, which is apparently creating almost an airtight seal, which is quite nice. On the whole, this is looking pretty darn good. This is looking pretty darn good. The puffs. They've now got a high-pressure gas vent up and running. I want to try and pump out this natural gas. I mean, I've absolutely no idea where we're going to pump it. I mean, our storage is completely full. We need to get some more tanks. That's for sure. Also, we're almost full up on petroleum. That's fine. This is good. This is good. This is good. Okay. Here's the next problem. Here's the next problem. I think we want to heat this water over here. We want to heat this water up to a significant temperature. Yeah, I think we want to heat that water up to a significant temperature and then do something with it. Alternatively, rather than just taking this water directly here, we take the water from, well, this area. Although this area has now heated up substantially. So there's actually not much that can be done. Because originally I was going to use this as sort of like a free heat treating area, but since we ended up getting this area sort of up and running, it sort of negated the need for that. I mean, we could get the liquid tepidizer. What's the overheat temperature of this? Target temperature. The overheat temperature is 125. Target temperature is 85. I don't think that we can increase the heat really anymore. The tepidizer, I think, is a bit, unfortunately, a bit primitive for our needs. Space heater, that's not going to work either. I mean, maybe what we do is we just sort of accept that there will be germ leakage into this area for now. Yeah, maybe we just sort of accept that. I think that might be what we want to do. I tell you what else I want to do. We're pumping out of here at a fairly good pace. Let's build that priority 9, and then let's get a deodorizer right over there. If we get a deodorizer there, it at least means that we're going to get rid of some of this polluted oxygen, which is at least going to make some difference to the slime lung. and how it propagates, I believe. Okay, generator is idle. Hold up. Is this able to work? Is this going to work? The temperature of the steam is not quite high enough. But it's very close to working, which is very cool indeed. 300 kilograms of steam. We're certainly creating a heck of a lot of steam. That's for sure. How hot is this room? 93 degrees Celsius. Pretty darn hot, but not hot enough to make a real proper difference yet. Still a little tiny bit of hydrogen in here. How are we doing pumping hydrogen out? Honestly, we're not doing too badly. What I should probably do is disconnect this pipe right there. We don't need this room to be cold. And honestly, the anti-entropy thermal nullifier, I've kind of, you know, I mean, I think there, you know, there was a stage where it was absolutely right to make it work, but now I just don't think it's good enough, to be honest. Yeah. Thing is that I can't even put the water through a what would I usually put it through? I don't even think I've unlocked it yet. There's the polluted water. I think it's called the water sieve, actually. The water sieve. You can put it through the water sieve, and that will sort of turn it from polluted water into regular water. But that's not really necessary, because that doesn't process germs. That's what I was going to say. Yes. Okay. I mean, this system is working. It's working barely, but it's working. Hold up. There's still a little tiny bit of oxygen in there. Ah, okay. Bit of a problem. Okay, the steam is still slightly low temperature-wise. Can I build some thermal plates in here? Temp shift plates, I believe they are called. Are they in furniture? No, they're in utilities, I believe. Yeah, so let's get some temp shift plates in here. Thermally reactive. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. Okay. All right, let's get that all done. That might make just that little bit of difference. There is sort of one block of oxygen going around here, which I already talked about. I'm pretty annoyed about, but that's fine. That's okay. Oh, look at this. It's coming out. It's coming out at an absolutely cracking temperature. If I go and have a little look at the temperature down here, you can see, yep, 19 degrees Celsius. Anything below about 20 degrees Celsius, I think we can absolutely be happy about. And the fact that we're regaining water is just fantastic. Okay, this system needs completely redoing, and honestly, I don't want to do it right now because I'm embarrassed at how utterly horrifically it's ended up. It's just been a straight up failure. As soon as I get the first generator working here, by the way, we're gonna have a flippin' party. Okay. Lots and lots of temp shift plates built, please. I should have prioritized the ones around this one, but that's okay. There we go. Nice. All right, that's working. That's working pretty darn well. I don't think we're at a stage yet where we can lock that door and get rid of an access point. Although that would be something that I'm aiming to do, as I've already mentioned. Do we just straight up get another hydrogen generator? I don't think we've got enough hydrogen to keep this going forever. We need to get that. We need to get that steam up to speed, up to heat. What are we at? 102. Okay, so the thermo aqua tuner should be able to cool down a bit quicker now, which is great. The temp shift plate is going to ensure that the heat is very, very evenly distributed. And that's all we really need to worry about. It still kind of confuses me as to why this one is heating up at a slightly different rate as to the other one. It's made out of gold. That's made out of gold. Yeah, the temperature is just a little bit higher, and I don't really understand why. Yeah. Really not sure. That doesn't particularly matter for now. We'll deal with that later. I think the higher density that I get of steam, the better. On the whole. Also, let me see if I can just try and plug in... Oops. That right over there. Right. If I plug that in, will that make any difference? Basically just trying to cool down the thermo aquatuner just a little bit. A Drecklet, I honestly don't really want to Drecklet at this point. I am going to want to Drecklet at some point in the future, but now is not that time. Alright. Lots and lots of construction. Man, I love it when this is working. I love it when stuff is working properly. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is just a nightmare. This is just a nightmare. I need to redo that area entirely. Building entombment, building lacks resources. Whatever. Yeah, I really like it when, you know, you end up sort of building out of a curiosity as to what will happen, rather than building out of sort of frenzied necessity. There's sort of a real sort of mental weight that comes with just sort of exploring exactly what you wanna do, what you wanna find out. And I like it. I like it a lot. Now, I just got to remark once again the sheer amount of hydrogen that I am consuming. Pipe blocked. What? That is broken. Okay, that needs to be repaired. Priority pronto, please. That's really quite important. I should get a pump in here. I could just try and take some of this. I mean, I must be over 100 kilograms of hydrogen in this one room alone. I could try and get that somewhere where it'll make a difference. Might be an idea. But we're doing fine for oxygen production, which is great. The oxygen is coming out a little bit hot still, unfortunately. Yeah. But there you go. Nothing that I can really do about that at the moment. The only way that we can fix that is by fixing up this area. So that's what we're going to do. And once we get these temp shift plates up and running, it should indeed make at least somewhat of a difference. Alrighty, great. Great. Okay, so where's that little pesky bit of oxygen? How much oxygen is it? It's 48 kilograms. Alright, it is still very much there. Alright then. Okay, looks like we're just about managing to cool it down. No power? Yep, you know what? If no power is the issue, then that's fine. This is actually really quite good. This is actually really quite good. How are we doing germ-wise for the slime lung? It's very minimal, actually. Very, very minimal. Is the deodorizer doing much work over here? Bump that up to priority 9. Okay, I guess we just sort of add as much water as we possibly can to this area. I don't know what the maximum density of steam can be. But it must be quite high, I guess. I mean, we've got 500 kilograms of steam right over here. It's nowhere near that temperature that it needs to be at, though. Which is a real old problem. But it's close. It's very, very close. Yeah, well, once we get there, though, it'll be pretty easy to maintain that, I believe. And I tell you what, adding those temp shift plates definitely made a difference to the way in which this works. Yeah. I think the problem is that this is quite a large room, so it's quite a lot of steam with which to heat up. And now that we've got the temp shift plates in there, the temp shift plates do help dissipate the heat better, but they also mean that it takes longer to heat on up. Okay. Yeah. If we don't have a continual amount of water falling onto this thermo aquatuner, then that looks like what is causing it to heat up. Okay. Maybe we could add an extra water spout to ensure that we always have water right underneath here, but I think this is fine. If I was to do this again, I might move the thermal aquatuners slightly closer together so that they could both get hit with this liquid vent rather than me having to think about building a second spout. Anyway, the steam's slowly but surely heating up, which is pretty darn good. 500 kilograms of the stuff, not too bad at all. This gas filter is still heating up. How are we doing hydrogen-wise over here? Not great at all. In fact, I need so much more hydrogen. I really do. I mean, yeah, I mean, this hydrogen generator is pretty darn important because it's keeping a lot of the rest of the network afloat, but it's still a bit of a problem. Okay, I could always remove this gas filter from right in here. I could stick it outside somewhere. Would that make any difference? I think I might as well do that. Okay, let's set up the gas filter right over here then, I guess. Sure. Let's set it up with gold so that we can guarantee that it won't overheat. Let's do that. Let's do that. And then do that. Yep. Literally as simple as that. Okay. Disable, deconstruct, and then get all of this stuff built as just like that. I did forget about power, but that should be relatively easy to connect up. In fact, just like so. There we go. Okay, so my dupes have got right on that, which is fantastic. Gas filter not selected. We want to filter for hydrogen, as I previously mentioned. And in fact, it might be just worth opening this door up. And opening this door up and sort of sealing this area off. In fact, yeah, let's plan around that. Okay, so let's get some blocks in there. Let's get a door in here. And so that area is now sort of a sealed compartment. That area is now going to be a sealed compartment. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open up this door. We're going to let the 20 kilograms or 19.6 kilograms of hydrogen flood out. And we're going to let that get pumped away by the pump over there. It means that we don't have to worry about building another pump or anything like that. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. Happy days. Everything is okay at the moment. The steam is 103 degrees Celsius. That's good. That's really, really good. Right. What if we get too much water? That's the real question, right? What if we get too much water? It is a little bit hot for my liking, but I mean 19 degree water I think is a good starting point. We can maybe aim for slightly colder water in the future. All that we need to do is modify these two pumps. Or these two thermosensors, should I say. So it would be easy enough to do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. How are you so darn hot? How are you so darn hot? Yeah. How is it that you're so unbelievably hot, whereas this one is much less hot? I don't think it's anything to do with the water. I don't think it's anything to do with... It's nothing to do with the steam. It's nothing to do with the conductive wire. It's to do with a little bit of carbon dioxide right there, I think, isn't it? That's what it's to do with. There's a little bit of carbon dioxide flying around, which is... Well, actually, maybe it's not anything to do with that. The carbon dioxide is a little bit annoying, that's for sure. Yeah, not entirely certain about that. All right, let's get this open. Let's get this open. And so we should have a situation where all of the gas just disappears in the exact direction that that we wish. All right, great. This is all looking very positive indeed. I'm pretty happy with how this system has turned out, to be honest. How are we doing slime long wise? I mean, slime long wise, it's not ideal, but it is fine. Okay, water. What did I see? What did I see that was super slime lunged up? There was that pipe. Yeah, insulated liquid pipe. Okay, it's barely slime lunged. That's fine. Okay, oxygen production, totally fine. That's great. That's really good. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, that's grand. That is grand. How much steam have we got? We've got 700 kilograms of steam here. Okay, I think I might stop adding extra steam just to be on the safe side. Let's get that deconstructed right there. I don't know. I don't want to overpressurize this thing. Let's get that mopped up. Sure. Get rid of a little bit of the extra water. Yeah, so we deconstruct that. We don't let any extra water flow down. So we're not adding any extra water into the mix, which therefore means that this steam should heat up a heck of a lot quicker than originally was the plan. Yeah, why is it that you're just so hot? Is it because you're closer to the wall? Is that it? You're close to the wall and you're just refusing to work? This is a slightly hotter side of the... There's a little bit of carbon dioxide. I don't know if that makes any difference. I don't think it does. Yeah, very peculiar. Very peculiar. I'm really not entirely sure why this thing is just overheating, especially when your brother is working fine. Right, disable the auto repair on that. All right, 105 degree steam. That's exactly where we want to be. We're getting there. All right, looks like the hydrogen plan has worked pretty well. Oh, look at that. That's trippy. All right, and then it's going to be pumped right on over into the generators. Great stuff. Great stuff. That's really good. Yeah, don't know if there's a way to cool these guys down somewhat. I don't know if it's even possible to cool down the thermo aquatuners without cooling down the steam around them. Spicy tofu. Yeah, let's get that sorted, please. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to check that. But you know what? Honestly, I feel like this is a pretty darn good place to wrap the episode up. Given the circumstances, I'm really happy with that setup. It's not perfect, but it's very close to being as perfect as I can probably make it, to be honest. People do have a slightly long commute. There's a little bit of high stress within the colony, but that's okay. I mean, apart from the fact that we've got 200,000 calories, everything is fine. Everything is absolutely fine. Pinch of pepper nuts are great. Looks like we got an espresso machine that's up and running. The heat is sort of rearing its ugly head again, but I mean, as I was saying earlier, we're gonna tweak the settings of this area, and we're gonna get it to operate at a slightly lower temperature. But you know what? That'll have to be done in the next episode, because that's it for now, ladies and gents. Thank you very much for watching. My name, of course, has been Open Potato. This has been Oxygen Not Included. I'll see you next time. Bye.